last time you reached out to somebody just to tell them how much you appreciated them or something they did and how it made you feel? It's an art that's, I think, getting lost in modern society, at least among many of the people I know, where it's like people will phone or text if there's an occasion or if they need something or if they have a question or something like that. But it's very rare for somebody to just randomly reach out and say, hey, I was thinking about you and I just want you to know I appreciate you. Or just to reach out and let them know you're still there and you're still connected and you still think about them. It's something that doesn't happen a lot anymore, and it's a shame because it's one of those things that could go an incredibly long way in lifting people's spirits and making people feel good about themselves and about each other, and making them feel connected and helping them feel happy and have a positive outlook on the world. I had an interesting experience yesterday that I wanted to share that was about exactly that. See, I have this friend who I've known for about 3 years, and we've never been particularly close, but we've always, ever since the first time we talked, we had a very strong bond. And although the opportunities we had to connect one-on-one on a personal level are very rare, when they do happen, they're very special. They're very, the kind of connection that really fills me up. And on Friday, her and I are part of a mastermind together, and she shared something with the mastermind group that really touched me, something that I didn't know before. And I won't share it in its entirety because I'm not sure that I have permission or it's my place to, but she told us about how part of the decision to starting her business was that she had heard about a couple people who committed suicide because they lost their jobs. And she realized that she had the opportunity to create jobs for people, and that would take away that one reason to be miserable from somebody's life. And it was just it was a very beautiful thing. And as many of you know from listening to some of my videos or knowing me personally, suicide prevention and mental health awareness and depression work is a huge part of my life. It's the most important thing to me. And I think it's the most important thing that the world needs, is just to feel a little bit better about things and to feel okay about things. And I was just really touched by the story that my friend shared, and all weekend I thought about it. I was out in the bush camping, I was out of cell reception, but I thought about it and I thought, you know, as soon as I get back into cell range, I've got to send her a message and let her know what that meant to me, because it did mean a lot. You know, it's like it allowed me to see her in a whole new perspective. And although I've had the utmost love and respect for this person for ever since I met her, this just changed that perspective a little bit, and I had all that much more gratitude for what she does. And so last night I was out for a walk, and while I was out camping, I thought, when I get back I'm going to send her a message. But of course I didn't write it down, and you know how things are, they slip your mind and you don't do them and time gets away. But last night I was out for a walk. I was actually down by the river filming one of these videos, and it popped up in my mind again. It was like, right, you need to send her a message and let her know how special that was on Friday. And so I did. I pulled out my phone and I was about to send a text message, but I don't know, I just feel like text messaging is so impersonal. It's great for exchanging information, but for making a real connection, I think it's just garbage. So I decided to record a voice message, and I just recorded a little couple minutes of me expressing my gratitude, just telling her that I appreciated knowing her and that I was touched by the story she shared and why it was important to me and why it was impactful in my life and why I was happy to know her and be part of her ultimate vision. And I just shared nothing major, nothing profound, just that I was thinking of her and that I appreciated what she was doing. And I sent the message, and a couple minutes later my phone rings, and it was her. On the other end of the line, she was in tears, which I was a little puzzled by, but then she shared that earlier yesterday, she had been at a funeral for a family friend who had committed suicide. And here I had reached out to her with a message about how much I appreciated that part of her mission and part of the reason she decided to start her business and grow her business was to help prevent people from committing suicide in one way that she could. And it was this, it was the most beautiful connection, and we talked for probably half an hour, which we've never talked on the phone for half an hour, ever. And in fact, I think maybe we've had 1 or 2 half-hour long conversations in our entire lives that we've known each other. And yet, we had this opportunity to connect, just because I felt like I needed to reach out, and I did. So, I guess my point is, when you're thinking about somebody, when you have the inclination to reach out to them, even if you have no reason to, just send a message and say hi. Because you don't know what they're going through, and you don't know what vibrational frequencies or what kind of quantum mechanics craziness is going on in the universe that's making you think about that person. And you don't know what it is that's giving you that inclination to want to call them, but maybe there's an important reason. And maybe there's a good conversation to be had on the other side of that phone call, and maybe it's a sort of conversation that you haven't had in a while. Anyway, I just thought it was this very beautiful moment and this very beautiful connection that reminded me of just how important it is to let the people around us know that we're thinking about them and that we appreciate them and that we're glad to have them in our lives. Because in the hectic, fast-paced modern world, it's so easy to forget to appreciate people, and it's so easy to just take people for granted, and we're always in such a hurry rushing around, and it's very meaningful to take that moment and just reach out and say hello and just give somebody well wishes. Let them know that you hope they're doing all right. It's a powerful thing, and there's a lot of people struggling out there in the world with isolation and all this stuff that's going on. There's a lot of people that could really use a message saying, hey, I'm thinking about you. And I just want you to know that I hope you're doing all right, or hey, I appreciate what you're doing. Because you know what? There's a lot of people out there doing some really cool things that are very difficult things to do, and it's very easy to want to give up on some of those things, but when somebody takes the time to let you know that they appreciate what you're doing, it makes it that much easier to keep doing it. Just remember that. Remember that sometimes you don't need a reason to just show gratitude and appreciation to the people around you, and you'll be surprised by the connections that it causes and by what it brings up and by how good it makes you feel, because really and truly it is a magnificent feeling. It really is. Yeah. Take that time and form a connection. Call somebody today. You know, a really great opportunity to do it is phone people when you're in the car. You know, just put your phone on speakerphone and give someone a call and say, hey, I hadn't talked to you in a while. I just wanted to say I'm thinking about you, you know, and it's a great use. Like, what else are you going to do? Listen to the radio for the millionth time, hear the same song you heard 20 minutes ago? Just take those fringe times and make that effort to connect with people in a real human way, because the world is lacking a lot of that connection. We're all connected digitally all the time, constantly, and yet we've lost that personal touch in a lot of cases. And I think that alone could go a long way in helping a lot of people that are dealing with loneliness and depression and issues like that. So anyway, I hope that you have somebody you can reach out and connect with. I hope that somebody will reach out and connect with you, and in the meantime, just do whatever you can to stay connected to people and to stay happy and stay healthy, and keep watching these videos. I really enjoy doing them. So thanks for being here, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.